Hey, man, you hit on the Union Dunks?
Oh, yeah. I just picked up this morning, man. Yeah. Did you hit?
No, I didn't. I mean, I know they're just on Union, but it's like, even then, I thought maybe I had a chance, but I guess not.
I just used my bot.
Wait, for real?
Yeah. You don't got a bot?
No, I don't got the money for a bot. I barely got enough money for shoes. Like, I can't get that many shoes. I mean, I understand, but like, I can't do a bot right now.
Yeah, redo it. I feel like you should get mad at me.
Yeah.
Like, get mad at me.
Yeah, okay, I got you.
Like that I'm actually like using a bot or some shit.
I get that. All right. Yo. Fuck.
Right, wait like a couple seconds.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, yo, you hit on the Union Dunk this morning?
Oh yeah, I copped this morning. Yeah.
For real? See, I know they're on Union, but like, and they weren't going on Nike, but still, I thought maybe I had a chance with that.
Oh, I mean, I just used my bot.
For real?
Yeah.
You got a bot?
Yeah.
Why?
I mean, bro. I mean, I just gotta cop my sneakers. You feel me?
I mean, yeah, I get that, but it's like, I mean, we're still in college. We don't got that money. Like, you using a bot?
Yeah, bro.
Dang. You didn't even tell me about it either. Like, I could have hopped on that.
I mean, I'm scared to tell people, bro. I thought it was gonna be cool.
Man, next time something like that comes out, you gotta let me know.
Alright, man. Sorry. I'll get your size.
It's too late now. Sorry about that delay, but good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to 94 Feet. We're back again, week 6. Nothing new here, but we're gonna start off with something that we always start off with. Danny, what are you wearing today?
All right, Kade. Way to start the morning. Today, I'm rocking the Fire Red Force on feet. Got some cargos, and then we got some spring colors up top. What you rocking today? I'm feeling a little colorful today. I don't know what it is.
Hey, I was gonna say, that weather's warming up, so I can completely understand that kind of spring feeling. With me, I got the Yeezy 700s on the V3s, so something a little different. I thought I was giving a little too much attention to Jordan and Nike, so I thought I'd break out some Adidas a little bit, give Kanye some love. Got some just some basic cargo pants on, some camo cargo pants. I got this like Painters, this old Painters. What would you call it? Like it's
crew neck.
Yeah, it's a crew neck, but like I'm just saying like the style about like how people like to thrift, kind of like that old beat up stuff. So it's like an old Painters jacket. So it got some paint.
Hey, so you were not painting?
Oh no, I wasn't. I bought it like this.
Okay.
So I know we got to clear that up. And of course, just as plain basic black hat, got some jewelry, accessories, But let's get right into it. NBA, we just got back out of the All-Star break. Obviously, a great All-Star game. Steph Curry put up some fantastic points. We talked about it last week a little bit too about the success of the Phoenix Suns, and now that might be in jeopardy with Chris Paul being out. It looks like he'll be out for the next 6 to 8 weeks. This is a huge impact for that team. I mean, he's a guy that's been tearing it up. I mean, leading the team in assists, leading the league in assists. Danny, what's that absence gonna mean for the Phoenix Suns?
Ooh, Kade, you should be scared. You should be scared. For the first time in 2 years, the Phoenix Suns have to figure out offense without Chris Paul, without their leader. Kade, now the Suns are leaning on Devin Booker. That is their entire offense. It's like I don't really understand it, because as soon as Chris Paul goes out, it's like the Phoenix Suns forgot how to play offense last night against the Pelicans, Kade. And defense too. I mean, BI dropped 28, I think. CJ McCollum dropped 32 on you guys. I would definitely be worried. I feel like I almost jinxed it like 2 weeks ago when we were talking about the Suns. I said, Kade, I don't trust Chris Paul to stay healthy all the way through the finals. So I'm sorry, but I might have jinxed it. Now they're kind of leaning on Mikal Bridges for some offensive help. He had like 6 assists last night. They need him to dish it out. But I would definitely be worried. I feel like they have to figure out their offense, because it's mostly just Devin Booker going ISO. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. It's just him dribbling it out and chucking up a shot. So I would definitely be scared. Without Chris Paul, I'm not scared of this Suns team. And this will lead me into my next take. Does this open things up for my Lakers to go on a run?
Not at all. No.
No?
No. I was going to say.
Suns, no Chris Paul. Draymond Green with the Warriors. The Grizzlies, they're young. I'm not scared of the Grizzlies. Jazz, how many times have we seen this Jazz team? Mavericks, they only got Luka. Nuggets, they only got Jokic. Timberwolves, Clippers, I don't know. I feel like this opens things up for my Lakers to make a little run in the playoffs.
Yeah, you know what? I disagree with that completely. We were watching the game last night against the Clippers. They did not put together a good performance right there. I just can't see it happening. But yeah, no, Chris Paul being out, massive. Obviously, I think that opens the door for a possible change in the number 1 seed. You might have the Warriors storming back up and taking that number 1 seed again. You might have a surprise team like the Grizzlies doing it. He's got that name, floor general, for a reason. Court general, point guard. It's because when he's on the court, he is doing everything he can to keep the game in his control. He's got that veteran status where people recognize his success, they recognize what he's able to do, and they respect that. That's the reason why, as I mentioned, he's leading the league in assists. That's why he's put together those clutch moments throughout his time as a Phoenix Sun. And it doesn't help at all considering the injuries that the Suns are going through right now. I mean, Cam Payne, he's not going through anything too serious, but he's out right now. So you're talking about pretty much working with Devin Booker, Landry Shamet, and Elfrid Payton, which, let's be honest here, Elfrid Payton's not a guy that you want to see on the court. Obviously, back in, I think it was 2017 when he was back on the team, he put up, 50? He put up some just ridiculous number with the Suns, but we're not seeing that again. I don't trust, as of now, that backcourt for the Suns. They're going to be good still. They have that chemistry. They're built in a way where they can still find that success. But at the same time, I just feel like Chris Paul just brings in such a major impact on that team. And even just his presence on the floor, we saw it last year in the playoffs. Like, he doesn't necessarily have to do everything for that team. But as long as he's just on the floor, he's able to show that support and just really just be there for whatever is needed when he's needed there on that team. That's kind of where that's what they really need. Obviously, that can't happen because he's going to be out 6 to 8 weeks. We're probably not going to see him until the playoffs start. But at the same time, it's just, like, we saw what happened before the Suns got Chris Paul, and they were all right. They weren't great. They weren't bad. But it's just it's still, I feel like, just in a position where it's like, realistically, I think the Suns are locking down a playoff spot, but anything can happen at this point for the remainder of the season.
I don't know. I feel like you're overreacting a little bit. They got 6 games up on the Warriors. I wouldn't say that they're gonna lose their 1 seed already. I mean, they don't got a tough schedule. I mean, out of their next 5 games, they got the Blazers in there, Knicks, the Magic. Do you see them beating the Suns or the Jazz without Chris Paul this week?
I was gonna say I hope they don't beat the Suns because Chris Paul.
I mean, are they beating the Jazz or the Bucks?
Bucks, I don't know. Especially going to Pfizer Forum, I can't see them beating the Bucks. The Jazz, on the other hand, I feel like that's a team that they could. I think that's a toss-up, honestly, especially considering that. I mean, usually the Jazz put up a pretty good fight against the Suns, so I mean, I think that's a toss-up. I don't know. I don't see that as an overreaction though, because I feel like just where they're at right now, and I think the Suns are a team that's built to where if they see an injury in some place, they're going to be able to kind of rebound from that. But it's the fact that there's just such a shallow level of depth at the guard position right now for the Suns that makes an entire difference for the team. And that's kind of where I'm worried about it. Like, I know Devin Booker, he's been able to go out there and put up some crazy numbers without Chris Paul in the past, especially back in the playoffs when he put up his first career triple-double, and I think it was a game 1 against the Clippers. He can do it. I mean, he can lead that team. But at the same time, it just that you feel that presence when Chris Paul's not on the court, and just that's the one thing that worries me about this entire situation right now.
I think the player you guys need to step up is DA. I mean, he's playing for a contract year. I know he dropped 20 last night against the Pelicans, but this is his time to prove that I can be a number 2 on the team. Because let's be honest, Chris Paul is, I don't know, he's kind of been giving DA like an easy way out. DA really only needs to catch lobs, post up a little bit. So now it's his time to step up and prove that he's worth a contract.
Oh, yeah, no, we need playoff DA back when he was putting up crazy numbers with that team. And again, as mentioned, Chris Paul, he gives them an easy way out, but at the same time, that easy way out's been working for that team. So, I mean, they're 49-11 for a reason, and it's because that team just works so fluidly when they have all members participating together. And as mentioned, it just when you don't have Chris Paul, that assist leader in the NBA, I feel like it just takes a whole level of that team away. They're still good. They're still going to put up a fight no matter what. But it just that level of confidence with that team, just having that ability to pretty much just run the floor the way they have in this entire season. It kind of takes some aspects of that away. So that's just where my concern is with the team. Not saying that it's impossible. I'm just saying that's just where I feel.
Okay, I feel you. You want to go on to the next segment?
Yeah, this one's going to be a little bit fun. So, of course, LeBron coming out recently pretty much saying that he wants to stick around in the league until his son's able to play with him. Danny, how you feel about that?
This is a lot to unpack here. Okay, so LeBron is under contract this season and next season for the Lakers, and then he's a free agent in 2024, and that is also when Bronny is eligible for the NBA draft. So, okay, I don't know, where do you want to start? Do you want to start with if Bronny is going to make the league?
No, I think that's, I mean, we can start there, but I think that's an easy discussion. He's going to make the league.
Okay. So, Bronny, I believe he's like the 27th ranked prospect in high school right now.
Yeah, which ain't bad.
That's not a lot to get drafted. So, if you're a team, if you're the Cavs right now, are you drafting Bronny just to bring in LeBron?
So the one thing, so here's the thing with the Cavs, I think there's a little bit more leeway just because that's where LeBron started his career. They brought a championship. He brought a championship to Cleveland for the first time in 50 plus years. I think Cleveland's in a position where they're going to be a little bit more open to it, mainly just to see LeBron retire in a Cleveland uniform, At the same time, though, the way I look at this and the thing that I think is the weirdest part about it, it's not necessarily if Bronny is going to be drafted. I think with that on the table being that LeBron wants to play for with his kid, I think that's 100% going to give him a draft position, I think the question is he going to be a lottery pick in the draft? Because you got to think that there's going to be a team that thinks that if they can automatically get LeBron with his son, they're going to at least make that effort, And it's probably going to be one of those teams that haven't won a championship in a long time, that have those lottery picks. Like, I could honestly see Orlando being that one team that does it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's just...
there's no way you can see LeBron in a Magic
not
jersey.
at all.
That's
That'd be
so
terrible.
weird.
I would hate to see him end that career that way. I mean, obviously, he's iconic in the Heat jersey. He's iconic in the Cavs jersey. He's starting to get that iconic look in the Lakers jersey. Yeah, I can't see it in a Magic jersey, though. That just looks a little bit too awkward for me. That's starting to give me Shaq vibes at that point. But, yeah, no, I could see a team going after Bronny in the lottery to find a way to get LeBron. But at the same time, I feel like that's such a risk because you're really only asking to see LeBron play for your team for a year. After that, you're stuck with Bronny, who, realistically, he might be good, but he's nowhere near NBA talent that's going to stick around in the league for long.
It's so tough because it's almost like I want to go in the future and see how good LeBron's going to be. Because this year, he's averaging 29 points a game. He's third in the league in scoring, and it's like, can he do that in 2 years from now? We want to say yes, but I'm using the Lakers as an example. Do you remember 2 years before Kobe retired, the Lakers threw him a bag, and Kobe's production fell off, and he was like kind of eating up their salary cap. He was injuring them because he wasn't winning games, and they were paying him a bunch of money. Is a team going to do that in 2024 just to bring in Bronny? It's so much to unpack, but I want to take this back to the Lakers. LeBron is under contract for next year. Lakers Nation is saying, do we trade LeBron? Help us out a little bit. The Lakers are hurting. They have like a bunch of pick swaps. They don't have picks in 2025, I believe, 2027 and 2020. Going back 2024. So the Lakers don't have too many picks because of that AD trade. Do you think the Lakers should trade LeBron, Kade?
Yeah, you know what? I can't see LeBron being that untradeable guy, or I can't see LeBron. One second, let me rephrase that. LeBron is that untradeable guy. I just cannot see him getting. I don't know. I want to say that, I could see the Lakers trading him, especially being in the position they are with his age, with his production right now. That's fantastic, but overall they have no real solid backing of a team behind that. Besides the point there, LeBron's still a great asset to your team. You want to keep him around, but significantly at the end of the day, how much is his support going to be there for you when you need to win right now? They're looking to win right now with him. They're not winning right now with him. So I can understand where they're thinking about trading him, but at the same time, it's like, I just can't see LeBron getting traded. You know what I mean?
I know. And that is why, Lakers Nation, we are not trading LeBron. Lakers Nation, it is time to win. It is time to take a stance because the Lakers can go on a run. That's why I do not agree. I do not think the Lakers should trade LeBron. The Lakers They need to work, but AD just has not been healthy. There's so many excuses this year that I can use, either COVID, old players, just a terrible roster, and the Lakers, they're still in the playoffs. They're the 9th seed, and what did I say? There's a chance the Lakers can go on a run. There's a chance they could be a dark horse this year, Kade. No Chris Paul. Warriors, no Draymond. Grizzlies, super young. I already said this already. Jazz, Mavs, Nuggets, Timberwolves, Clippers, teams that the Lakers can beat, whether it's because it's young, their superstars are young. Luka Doncic, he's still young. Nuggets still got Jokic. Only Jokic. There's a chance the Lakers can go on a run. And next year, that gives the Lakers another year that gives the GM another year in the offseason to, I don't know, bring in Dame Lillard, bring in Tatum. Lakers fans, there's still a chance. Can we not overreact, or we're not trading LeBron?
See, I think the one thing that really sticks out, especially with that playoff run and the idea of a playoff run for the Lakers, is that nobody wants to see LeBron in the playoffs. He's a completely different beast in the playoffs. He's been there plenty of times. He knows exactly how to run the court in the playoffs. He knows how to find success in the playoffs, no matter what team he has. I mean, you look at some of those Cavs teams he's worked with in the past. They were terrible, but he was still able to find a way to the finals. It's still a chance. I mean, I'm not doubting the idea that the Lakers have a chance of winning the playoffs. I just think realistically at this point, I mean, with injuries last year, they lost to the Suns in 6. If they're not a healthy team going into the playoffs this year, we're at that point where it's LeBron is a great player by himself. He can go on those playoff runs, but he needs that help. Without a doubt, he needs that help. If he doesn't have Anthony Davis there, Westbrook has not been putting up the production he's needed to put up for the Lakers this year. And then pretty much no names after that. I mean, you got Malik Monk. He does decent. But, I feel like that's just kind of how it's been. It's been Westbrook. It's been Anthony Davis. And
every other week?
Yeah, pretty much. Anthony Davis injured all the time. LeBron having his injuries every once in a while, but pretty much leading that team. And other than that, it's a bunch of nobody. So it's like, I cannot see the Lakers just going on that run. Now, going back to the Bronny talk real quick, I could see the Lakers picking up Bronny for a year just to have LeBron in LA for another year. I could see it. I think that they're a team where it's like they've had that success. They've built upon that to where they can kind of work around having somebody like Bronny on that team with at least LeBron for another year. Now, I'll also say this. I think once LeBron retires, LeBron's going to be a more annoying father than LeVar Ball.
I don't know about that.
No, he's still going to want to have that impact. He's still going to be following his son around, making sure that he gets that exposure and that playing time. And I think I can genuinely see him being a little bit more annoying than LeVar Ball, in my opinion.
Okay, maybe LeBron just doesn't want to leave the game. He's using Bronny as his escape to, stay relevant in the NBA. I could see that.
Exactly. I don't think it's out of the question. I think it's possible. And you've already seen what he's done right now. Like, as you already referred to it, GM, like he's consistently just working teams around the way he likes it. He's working teams around the way that he finds to be the most successful. But when that doesn't work out, it just he finds different ways to kind of blame it on other things and all that. I think when it comes to when he retires, also people call him a coach killer all the time. Let's be honest. But when
David
it comes,
Blatt,
exactly, Ty Lue.
Yep.
But yeah, when it comes to actually the end of it and actually making sure that his son plays, I feel like he's going to definitely have a little bit of an impact there.
I like that take. Okay, I see you.
See, exactly. It ain't too outstretched. You want to do Fit of the Week?
Let's do Fit of the Week.
All right, Danny, I'm going to let you go first. Also, I just want to say I'm finally back in the win column, guys.
All right, I'm up 3-2 still, and I'm kind of disappointed. Last week, the audience did not come through for me because, I don't know, I still feel like I should have won last week. So, I'm playing it safe this week. I'm going to the king of sneakers, the king of NBA fashion, PJ Tucker.
I wouldn't say king of NBA fashion. Sneaker for sure, but not NBA
fashion. Okay, you're right. We'll give him the sneaker title. Hey, that might be another segment for another time. Who's the fashion king in the NBA?
I like that one, actually. I think we definitely got to talk about that.
Okay, stay tuned. So I'm going PJ Tucker. Got the orange look on. I'm going back to the Shiesty mask. Last week, I feel like that's might have what given me the L. I don't think the audience was feeling the Shiesty mask, but I'm going back to it. He's got 2 pairs of shoes. He's rocking one and holding another. Who knows when he's going to swap that out. He might be playing in these shoes for all we know. So I'm going PJ Tucker with the orange look.
Hey, real quick, I got to ask, what do you think he's drinking in that Starbucks cup?
Nothing other than coffee, Kade.
I was it looks like tea maybe,
Yeah.
but hey, the thing about that though is that just the drink itself matches the whole entire look too.
That has to. I didn't even notice that.
I know.
That's
hey, it
fire.
Works perfectly.
Wow. Everything goes into the fit, even the coffee.
Exactly. See, okay, so I probably shouldn't have given you that favor because I mean that might be helping you out a little bit. All right, but for me, I'm going with the guy who ended up being a starter on the All-Star game because of Kevin Durant's injury. I'm going with Jason Tatum. Rocking a little bit. He's feeling himself right now. You know, when you go up to the All-Star game, you got to make sure that you're dressing to impress. You know, you're in front of the league, all of the league superstars. It's the NBA 75th anniversary, so you're going to be in front of all their past superstars. So you got to make sure it looks good. So you got Jason Tatum. Looks like he's wearing some sort of leather pant, almost just like a straight fit leather pant. He got the Fragment Travis Scott Jordan 1 lows, which I mean, I think the lows. I think are the better look than the original Travis Scott lows. He's respecting the again, like I said, NBA 75 team member and Michael Jordan on his shirt, and of course the big kicker with this one is a big fur jacket. That's what I meant to say, a big fur jacket. I mean, it's a look, you know, especially for Cleveland getting a little bit cold. He's got to stay warm, so
okay.
I think
you mentioned how he had a show out for the All-Star game.
Exactly.
Real quick, did you see Jared Allen's outfit for the All-Star game?
It's just he's just trying to be comfortable, you know.
Atrocious. Jared Allen, come on, like you said, Kate, you got to show out, and Jared Allen, he was pulling up looking like my uncle out there.
Yeah, exactly. No, he's as he said, he's just trying to play comfortable. He's not trying to do anything special. But you think that if the All-Star game's in your city, you got to maybe show out a little bit.
I know.
Especially, I'm going to keep bringing it up, especially with those NBA 75 players there. Like, I mean, you're talking about MJ in the crowd, and you wearing just a basic hoodie, just some
jeans and like no-name sneakers too,
yeah,
like
exactly.
just whites. Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, hey, if he likes it, he likes it. You can rock whatever you want as long as you enjoy it. That's what matters.
And nothing tops the Tim Duncan pulling up to his to get his MVP trophy in like a t-shirt and jorts.
Exactly.
He was rocking jorts. Like, oh man, there's some funny moments in NBA fashion where it's like, bro, what are you wearing?
Oh, for sure. It happens though. It happens. All right, so we're gonna do something a little different. I know in the past we've done keep or sweep with some sneakers. We've done what was it, hot or not with James Harden. It's kind of taken over his fits. Now for us, we want to give you guys some advice with just this upcoming season. You know, as Danny said early in the show, it's starting to get in that springtime. Things are warming up. Things are looking better, and that means you got to keep it rotating with those shoes. You know, you got to mix it up. You got to bring out something a little different because you can't be wearing those same winter and fall shoes in the spring because they got a completely different vibe. So, Danny, we'll start with you. We're going to do our top 3 spring sneakers for under $250. What you got?
Under $250. I'm okay. I thought of this segment, maybe to help me out too, because I'm in the mood for some new spring sneakers. So first up for me, I'm going Dunk Lows, the Court Purples. So in the spring, time to bring out the colors. Time to get a little creative because, you know, you got the shorts on and you got the t-shirt. And what goes best? Maybe some Dunk Lows. So I'm going with the Court Purples. You can get them for about $250 brand new. You can get them used for $220. What do you think, Kade?
I like them. You know, purple's definitely a good color for the spring, especially that spring, like kind of going to summer vibes. So I like it a lot, and I think it's that time of year where again people start bringing out the low tops, and I think it's a good look. So
Exactly.
I think, especially with the white in there, I think it's a good look overall.
It's good color blocking. You can wear purple with pink, you know, a spring color, maybe blue, obviously purple.
Oh, yeah, no, that purple goes together with a lot of spring colors. I mean, it's a good look.
Exactly.
No,
what you got for your first shoe?
All right, so I kind of went with the idea of I want to mix it up. You know, I want to try getting a bunch of different sneaker brands in there. So I'm going to go with one that's a little bit of a throwback, but I think they're kind of starting to make their resurgence. Again, going with that low top look. I'm going with the Adidas Forum 84 lows. And particularly the Orbit Gray colorway, I think that's just the one that looks best. But again, it's just kind of like that old style fashion vibe. I mean, it's got the Velcro strap over the top, where you got the laces and that Velcro strap over the top. It's just got that kind of like old style, like old time basketball sneaker look. I think it's a good look, and I think especially for something like over the summer or for spring, early spring too. I think it's something that a lot of people can rock. You know.
I'm definitely feeling it. There's a lot of colorways that you can cop them in, and like you said, it kind of has that vintage look. There's that cream sole. And yeah, I would definitely cop for sure. I like it. My second shoe, I'm gonna go with a different brand, a brand you said might be this year's brand of the year. New Balance. I'm going with the 550s, specifically the white gray. But there's tons of different colorways you can cop for, 100 to like $300. But the white grays, they're going for about 130. It's a white shoe. There's some gray on the bottoms, maybe some cream. It goes with everything. Everyone needs like a white shoe for spring, and I'm saying this one might be it.
No, I agree with that completely. And actually, I did throw the New Balance 550 in there too. I'm going to switch up my last pick because it was a New Balance 550 just in the UNC white. So I think, again, kind of going in the colors, that light blue really works out well. But that's one thing that I also really like about this shoe is that resale for a little bit was skyrocketing for that shoe. Like everybody was wanting a pair. It's kind of dimmed down now. You can finally get pairs for reasonable prices and some good pairs too. I mean, there's some good ones out there. Obviously, you can't get some of those collaboration pairs at the same price.
Well, that's why they were going crazy. They had the collab pairs and they didn't just drop like the not collabed pairs.
Exactly. So no, I get that completely. It's a good look. I think that's definitely a shoe that I think I'm going to try picking it up at some point this year. Like I said, if I'm going to give it to my sneaker of the year, or possible sneaker of the year, I've got to pick it up,
Exactly.
All right, so for my second one, one thing that occurs in springtime is on March 26th, we got Air Max Day. So I've got to give it to an Air Max. I've got to give it to that, again, like the old style look. I'm going with the Air Max 90, in particular the bacon colorway. It's one shoe that I have. I love this shoe. It's just a comfortable shoe. I think the colors are fantastic in it. I mean, you got your reds, pinks, browns. So it's a really versatile shoe as well. You can work it with a lot. Yeah, overall, it's just a fantastic shoe.
Like you said, any Air Max in general, I need to cop a pair of Air Max 1s. That's definitely coming up in my collection, either the red ones or the blue ones. So, yeah.
I was going to say, hey, you see those like Pata? I think it's Pata or
the Pata?
Yeah, Air Max 1s. I think if I could get my hands on those, that's a pair of ones that I'd want for sure.
Specifically like that blue colorway.
Have you seen them like maroon colorway of those?
No, I haven't.
Oh,
okay, I got to check those out.
No, definitely. Their look, I'm telling you right now. I think it's probably pricier just because of the color, but I think it's a good look.
I was surprised those Pata, the Air Maxes, they're not going for crazy resale because the Pata Dunks and Dunk Lows.
Exactly.
Whew, those go for some nice money, but I was surprised that people weren't really feeling these. But for my last sneaker for the spring, I'm going with maybe a little controversial shoe, the Jordan 1 Marina Blues, pretty much the knockoff Royals. And hey, who cares, man? We're trying to save money out here. So you can cop a pair of these for $220 to $250 depending on your size. But I don't know if it's because of the leather quality. I don't know what it is. K, what am I missing? Why are these shoes so cheap?
I think it is the leather quality. I mean, if you go on StockX or any like real resale site that gives you a good look at what these shoes look like, I can kind of see that resale, the leather quality being the reason why, just because, I mean, it's not the best looking leather. And I feel like one thing that a lot of people look for in Air Jordan 1s is that solid leather. I think when the shattered backboards came out a few years back with that real nice tumbled leather, that ruined the game because now everybody gets a pair of Air Jordan 1s. They want that same quality leather, but of course at the same time, they're not going to get that every time. So
it's funny how you mentioned that. Everyone compares the leather to those shoes.
Exactly.
They're like, well,
backboards.
they're not the shattered backboards.
Exactly. No, you hear it all the time whenever people are comparing Jordan 1s. So I think that's the big comparison that you see. So I think that's the reason why, because it's a great colorway. It's a colorway that I think that can go with a lot. And I think maybe the other option too is that there might be a little bit just too much black in it. Like
I kind of like that.
No, now that I look at it, there's definitely not too much black in it. It's definitely good. Yeah, I don't see why they're not going for it. Or if they're not going for more, it's a fantastic shoe.
I know. All right, hit me off with a banger. End it off.
Oh, shoot, I'm not sure if it's going to be a banger, but like I said, I was going to go with the UNC 550s. I'm going to mix it up. I'm going to keep with New Balance still, but instead I'm going to do the New Balance 990s, particularly the V3s. I'm assuming you don't have that pulled up.
No,
I'll
I
give
don't.
you a good look right here.
Right.
I mean, nothing too crazy, just,
okay.
Kind of give that dad shoe vibe, but I feel like, again, like I said, it's like kind of things starting to warm up, things starting to get a little bit more relaxed, cool. That's something you can style, but at the same time, it's also something that you can maybe beat up a little bit, kind of take to those functions, take to those parties, even maybe a barbecue, something like that. It's a good shoe overall. I mean, it's a fantastic looking shoe in general, and I think it's a very slept on silhouette, especially if you're a Jack Harlow fan, because he praises the New Balance in general, but the 990s. So, I mean, that's personally something that I feel like it just kind of fits the vibe of spring and early summer pretty well too.
Okay, I'll throw out another little New Balance shoe. You know, you got me in a good mood. I got an extra sneaker. The New Balance 878s. You can get these for retail right now. Kade, check these out. It's kind of like a cream colorway. Kind of looks like a Yeezy, honestly. This is like some knockoff Yeezy, but it's New Balance. Definitely something you can pick up. Still in stock. I'm definitely copping these.
Oh no, I think one thing that New Balance does, I'll mention this real quick. One thing that New Balance does is they know how to make a good dad shoe.
They do. That's what they're for.
I mean,
sometimes it's a little too much. Sometimes they cross the line between dad shoe and like male nurse shoe.
Oh yeah, I get what you're talking about. Those like non-slips that you see at like fast food joints.
Yeah, like a Payless shoe. So
I get that.
Word of advice: if you're copping New Balance, honestly, before you buy a New Balance shoe, you have to check resale just to make sure like, is this a valid shoe? Because you can't be pulling up in the McDonald's non-slips.
Exactly. No, I understand that. And also just to add to that, just kind of go with the older vibes. Don't be going with the New Balance stuff where it looks like they're running shoes or something. Go with the stuff that they're just like kind of like. But that'll be it for tonight. For today. Enjoy your weekends, and we hope you have a wonderful Saturday afternoon.